you should just hang on a little longer. You never know what's going to happen. Life is beautiful and life is mysterious in so many ways that you just never know what's gonna happen. Gasping air to breathe. Underneath we spray bleach. Clawing my eyes out. Shh, please don't scream. Flesh, blood without a doubt. Sweat fear down my cheek. So verse 1 is me describing nightmares that I've had. So I and my character in this apocalyptic world also have very terrible nightmares. She's all alone and she keeps having these nightmares, and she doesn't know if anybody is alive or if anybody will find her. She doesn't know if she's the last person on earth, so she's having these nightmares. And for the longest time I had nightmares, and it was almost every night. I mean, I still have nightmares, but not as much as during this time I was. And I was writing them down because I wanted to find some meaning to why I kept having these nightmares, and they were terrible. So in verse 1, I basically used all of those dream journals, and I used words that I used there to describe my nightmares, and I put them into verse 1 to describe my character's nightmares. And it's basically me not being able to breathe, the demons clawing my eyes out, and they're telling me to not scream. They're like, shh, don't scream. And there's just blood everywhere. It's bloody and it's terrible, and these demons just keep tormenting me. And I'm sweating in my dream, and I wake up from these night terrors and I'm also sweating there, and I'm sweating from the fear because I'm so scared. And to a point, I had so many of these nightmares that I wasn't even scared anymore. It was kind of sad, but I wasn't scared because I was like, I keep having them and I keep having them. So at a point you get so desensitized from this fear that you just aren't afraid anymore. Chin down, round upside down. So in the pre-chorus, I am describing a demon that in my dream was staring at me. And he has his chin down and he is smiling. But since he's upside down, I see a frown. But he's actually just smiling at me. Nightmares all night long. I take a deep breath. Smoke my cigarette. I know how far I've gone. I step onto the edge. Will it ever be enough? So in the chorus, I tell you that this character that is me is having so many nightmares. And it's nightmare after nightmare. And she doesn't know what to do anymore. She doesn't know what is going on. She thinks that she is the last person on earth. She can't find anybody else. Everyone else is a zombie. And she's just breathing and smoking her cigarette, and she's on the edge of a cliff. And she knows that she has come so far. She knows that she has lived and has searched for other people for a very long time. She's come so far. She's been alone for such a long time, but obviously isolation just isn't doing good for her anymore. She feels like she isn't good enough. She feels like something is wrong with her. Why is she alone? Why is she in this situation? Why is she the only one to survive? So she asks herself as she's on this cliff, will I ever be enough? Demons will shed some tears. You know you have some fears. A scream that's so loud, falling all the way down. You will never fly. This is eternal goodbye. So verse 2 is where I tried to tell my audience why this character that is me is having so many nightmares. And she's having many nightmares because the demons that are attacking her in her nightmares are her own demons. They're not any demons that are out to get her. They're her own demons that she is dealing with. She's dealing with insecurity. She's dealing with doubt. She's dealing with trauma that being alone in this apocalyptic world has made for her. She doesn't know how to cope, so she keeps just having nightmares of demons, but the demons in reality are her and her own inner voices. And the demons are crying because she's crying, because the demons are crying because the demons are her. So if she cries, the demons cry, because it's just all made up in her head. And the demons tell her, you know, you have fears. And she's just screaming so loud. And obviously, since she's on this ledge and this hill, she falls all the way down. And she will never fly, obviously, because she's human. She's not gonna fly. And she's just falling all the way down. And this is the eternal goodbye. This is the end for her. Will I ever be enough? All the times I tried to be perfect. All the lies I believed. I wish I was dead. No safety net to catch me. You won't set me free. Lost in my thoughts. I won't be back. I just fade away. Every piece it takes away. I couldn't get up to save myself. It's not enough that people care. I pity myself, which makes things worse. Tell me, will I ever be enough? So in this last part of the song where I'm asking myself, will I ever be good enough? All the times I try to be perfect, all the lies I believed, etc., etc. It's me just talking to the audience, because I like to paint images in my songs. I like to paint a story, but I understand that a lot of people won't understand the story or won't get the same images as I do, so I like to finish it off with these talking points. And most of these talking points or talk-throughs come from poems that I write. And in this last one, it's basically the character that, again, is me, telling myself, will I ever be good enough? I tried to be perfect. And she's just talking to the audience, talking to someone that is out there, or she hopes that there's someone out there. She's just talking and saying that she believed all the lies that she told herself, that she would find people again. She just wished she was dead because she was all alone, and that she knows that once she takes that leap off the edge, that there's not going to be a safety net to catch her, that she won't get any chances. She understands that she won't be back. She just wants to be set free, but she knows that she won't be set free. She understands the consequences to her actions. She just wants to fade. She wants to fade away. She doesn't want to be there anymore. And there's no one there to save her. It doesn't matter if there was someone or there was people that cared. It doesn't matter, because she just wants this pain to end. And she feels sorry for herself, because obviously she knows that what she's doing is not good, but the pain is so much that she just can't stand it anymore, and she feels sorry for herself. She feels sorry that she has to feel this way. She feels sorry that she's all alone in this apocalyptic world, but it just makes her feel even worse that she feels sorry for herself, because she shouldn't. And in the end, she poses a question: someone tell me, can you tell me, will I ever be good enough? And this whole thing came from a poem of me also asking myself, will I ever feel good enough? Will I ever be enough for myself or for anyone? I just sometimes not feeling worthy or feeling good enough to, live out your dreams. It just makes you feel terrible. It makes you feel like you're not worth anything. So I ask people, and I ask myself, hey, will I ever feel better? Will I ever feel good enough to feel like I am worthy of living my dream or living this life that I have? So the saddest part of this whole song is towards the end, where you hear a radio frequency saying, hello, hello, is anybody out there? Hello. Like I've said, my character is all alone. She is the last person on earth. Everyone has turned into a zombies. So she thinks. But if she only would have hung on a little longer, if she only would have not taken that leap, she would have heard the call on her radio of someone saying, "Hello, is anybody out there?" After many months of trying to contact someone and getting no answer back, she finally decides, to make a permanent decision. And right after she makes that decision, someone calls her on her radio and says, "Hello, is anybody out there?" And they are looking for people like her that are completely alone. So it just really shows you that you should just hang on a little longer. You never know what's going to happen. Life is beautiful and life is mysterious in so many ways that you just never know what's going to happen.